Mephistopheles can... Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. How are you? What are you reading? I'm Rhiannon and today I am going to be showing you my September wrap-up and October TBR. So, decorations. We have some enter at your own risk caution tape and we've still got the little pumpkin boys. In the next couple of videos there will be more. There will be so much spoopy. So, let us start with the wrap-up. What did I read in the month of September? Not a lot. The first book that I finished in September I read as an audiobook and it was the Rebel of the Shelves book club book of the month and it was Rebel of the Sands by Owen Hamilton. I obviously really like this book. I've read the other two books in the series. It's such a good book. Like so I highly recommend picking this up if you haven't. This story follows Amani and she lives in Dust Walk, which is this really like dead-end beat up place, and she's a sharpshooter, and one day she is doing some shooting and she meets a foreigner named Jin and he helps her leave Dust Walk and eventually she kind of accidentally joins a revolution. You know, as you do in YA. It's a really good story. It's got a lot of really interesting mythology in it and highly recommend picking it up. It's also a very short book. So the next book I read I can't show you because my iPad is dead, but it was an advanced reader's copy of Museum of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. I have the first book here that I'm going to hold up to show you guys. This is an arc of Stranger Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I was lucky enough to win this a couple of years ago. If you don't know what this story is about, follows Laszlo Strange, who has always been fascinated with this city called Weep. They've forgotten the name of it, so everyone's just known it as Weep ever since. And one day a guy from Weep, he's called the Godslayer, his name is Eorl Fane, and he comes to Laszlo's city and hires him essentially to come with him to help try and move this huge citadel that is over the top of the city and it's blocking out all the sun and it's a constant reminder of the awful things that the gods did to the people of Weep. So he goes and it turns out that maybe all the gods aren't quite as dead as they thought they were and that maybe some of the babies aren't as bad as they thought they were. You know, it just... Sometimes people jump to conclusions and you really shouldn't because it could end in death. And yeah, Muse of Nightmares is out. Go! Buy it, what are you doing? Next, we're going to go into my October TBR, but the first couple of books I'm going to show you I'm already in the middle of reading. So the first one is, of course, Escaping from Houdini by Kerri Maniscalco. I am 180 pages in, slow readings, because I'm in the middle of writing my 2 final assignments for the year, and I am loving it. Mephistopheles can bite me. I don't like him, and I've been seeing a few people online saying that he was their favourite character out of this book, and unless he like super changes his tune, why? He's a douchebag. I don't like him, but I'm obviously loving Audrey and Thomas. Very excited to get this book done. The next book I'd like to get done in October that I've already started is my reread of Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerri Maniscalco. I started rereading this in preparation for Escaping from Houdini, but then my assignments got too much and I didn't get a chance to finish it. I am 212 pages into this one. As you can see, I've been taking some notes, but if you don't know, this series, including this one and Hunting Prince Dracula, which is still on my shelf, follows Audrey Rose Wadsworth as she studies forensic science with a man called Thomas Creswell and her uncle, Uncle Jonathan. Pick it up. I have a review on my channel. I'll leave it linked down below. I absolutely loved it. It's gruesome and it's mysterious and it's so much fun trying to work out who the killer is in all the books. The next book I'm reading and would like to get finished in the month of October is What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera. I was very lucky. Thank you NetGalley and the publishers for sending me a copy. It is on my iPad, which is dead, but that story follows Arthur and Ben as they have a little meet cute and they didn't get each other's numbers and so they use lost connections to find each other and it's just really sweet. I've read about 30% of it and it's so sweet. I love literally every second of it. The next book I really want to read in October is our October book of the month for Rebel of the Shelves, and that is This Savage Song by V.E. Schwab. I am so excited to read this. I've heard nothing but good things about V.E. Schwab's writing and her books. This one especially, and I know for a fact this doesn't have any romance in it, so that's gonna be refreshing. This story follows Kate Harker and August Flynn. They live in a city where monsters are real, and Kate's dad lets the monsters roam free, and he makes everyone pay him for protection, and August is the thing that they fear the most. He is, I believe, one of the monsters. One day after an assassination attempt, they have to work together and they form an alliance. Assuming I get those 4 books done, which I'm hoping I should be able to because I have all of October off, I would really like to read The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. This story follows Mara Dyer, who wakes up in a hospital after having a bad accident that killed her boyfriend and her friends, and under a psychologist's suggestion she moves to a different school and hopes to get back the memories that she lost after the accident. But she is seeing the faces of her dead friends who died in the car crash she was the sole survivor of. And not only that, but she is now seeing other people's deaths. And she doesn't know if she's going crazy or what's going on. And this boy called Noah Shaw comes into it, but she's unsure whether or not he's in her life for a good reason or a bad reason. So I have heard, someone's told me that this is kind of like a psychological thriller. I am a huge fan of psychological thrillers, huge fan of horror movies. So I'm very excited to read this. Hopefully I can get to it. We shall see. And then, obviously, because I am so excited, but I think it comes out so late in the month that I'll probably just read it in November. The next book I'd like to read is Wonder Smith by Jessica Townsend, which is the sequel to Nevermore, and it follows Morrigan Crow as she is now part of the Wondrous Society, as am I might add. Look at my wondrous pin. Ah! So it follows Morrigan as she's now training at the Wondrous Society, and I'm very, very excited to read it. It's one of my most anticipated reads of the year. Oh, and also Kingdom of Ash comes out this month. That's gonna take me 2 months to read, I'm not gonna lie. 999 pages. Sarah, what are you doing? Anyway, that is it. That is my TBR and wrap up for the month, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will leave all of my social medias linked down below so you can follow me as I'm reading these books and suffer with me. Are you planning on reading any of these books this month? If you are, let me know. We can exchange thoughts and ideas about them, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Goodbye. And the next book I am currently reading and would like to get finished, you swine,